Alright, you're heading me.
So I'm here showing you the HTC One X. So I've got two of the handsets in my hands. So you've got the white and the grey. So 4.7-inch screen, Super LCD 2. As you can see on the back, it's an 8 megapixel camera on the back, or single LED flash. And you can see the little dots at the bottom. They're called pogo pins. So they're for attachment to a cradle, or if you put into a car dock. If you look carefully at the bottom there, you can see there is no grill for the sounds, but it's micro drilled holes to give that more clarity.
Yeah.
So let's put that on right. So we've got Sense 4 on there, and also Ice Cream Sandwich on there. So I'm just going to run through some of the new features on there. So from the lock screen, you can see 4 applications there, which you can change on there. Yeah. I'm going to show you from the camera. If I drag that into the lock screen, it's 0.7 seconds to get to the camera screen. A few changes on the screen, as you'll notice. Shutter release button there, and also video release button there. Normally you have to go into a menu to get access to that. So the benefit of this as well is that it makes it a quicker option to do video, or a quicker option to take a picture. So imagine now you've got a child moving. It's very difficult to capture a child. What we've done now is giving you the option to choose your best shot. So all you have to do is simply hold down the shutter, and it will take a sequence of pictures. So that one's been defaulted to about 20 shots. So as you can see here, I can scroll through until I find my best shot, select best shot, delete the ones that you don't want, yes, and it will remove all the pictures that you don't want on there. So if I go to video mode now, what's really useful about this, I'm recording now, as you can see, but if I see an image that I want to take a picture of, simply press shutter, and you can see at the bottom corner on the right, it's showing you the images that it's saved. I can now stop the video, select gallery, and now go into playback mode. So whilst looking through playback mode, I might see something there that I also want to take a picture of. Again, there's a shutter release button there. I select it, and once I select it, it takes the image and saves it to the gallery. So we've made quite a few changes on the camera. So one of them we've done is the flash. So what we've done with the flash is that sometimes when taking a picture on a phone, you'll find that it overexposed. It tends to be white on the faces. So now what happens is when the camera focuses on the subject, the flash itself will work out the distance from the lens to the subject, giving the best exposure. The other changes we've made is regards to HDR. So HDR, you can go from here and select HDR. So how that works is, imagine taking a picture of a building, you've got sunlight coming across it, and you've got highlight and you've got shadow. So with all cameras, whether it's a phone or a camera, it will try and work out which is the best one to go for. So what it will tend to do is, if it picks out a highlight, it means the shadow detail is not there. If it picks out the shadow, then it means the highlight's been bleached out. So with HDR, it takes 3 images. It works on the highlights, it works on the shadow and the mid-tones, combines them together, and then that way it gives you the best picture. We've also got a larger aperture, and the aperture is 2.0, meaning it's going to be better for low light. So if it's better for low light, it means you won't have to use a flash, and not using a flash means it saves your battery power as well. So once taking these pictures, the next thing you're going to do is worry about your storage. So the One X has 32 gig storage, no memory card slot, but it has 50 gig extra available over-the-air storage. So 25 gig is coming from Dropbox, which is integrated into Sense 4. It's for 24 months for free. You've also got 25 gig for SkyDrive. Also,
what's the difference between this one, the XL, and the
One S? So the key difference is going to be obviously the size of the device. You've got a 4.7-inch screen compared to a 4.3. You've got a Super LCD screen compared to an Super AMOLED screen on that one. It's got a Tegra 3 chip in there, so it's quad-core chip, so it's a 4+1. On the One S, it's got a S4 Qualcomm Snapdragon chip inside that one. Other differences on it would be features would be more or less be the same, just the build quality. So the build quality is one piece of aluminium, where on this one it's a polycarbonate casing. And obviously things like the the pogo pins on there as well.
You cannot remove the battery.
Battery's not removable, no, and also it takes a micro SIM on both handsets as well.
Where do you put the micro SIM in?
So micro SIM goes in this slot here by putting a pin in and putting the drawer out on there. We're on the 1V, it still takes a normal SIM card. And also a micro SD card as well on the 1V.
Thank you.
That's okay.